It's nice to be here this beautiful winter afternoon and to be able to be inside the home of Mary Fielding Smith. This home was built by her when she came into the valley in 1848. She and her little family that came across the plains. She was the wife of Hiram Smith, and this is the home that she built that's been transferred up here to this park, and it's a treasure to be inside here. Mm-hmm. As you just look at it and get a feeling for what was occurring here with her family. You don't see a lot of opulence, but you see where they cook their meals, and she was pretty enterprising. She knew she had to have extra space, I guess, up there for them to sleep. Yeah. And look at the wonderful light.
Can almost see little faces peeking over the edge.
Yeah.
I can see little children gathered right here on this floor with older brothers and sisters. Simple life, simple toys, simple food, but what a spirit. We feel it in this room, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I can see him kneeling in prayer in front of that fireplace. For some reason, I guess probably because my mother was a widow too, and our family had a fireplace, something like that, and we knelt every night in front of that fireplace for family prayer.
As I think of this environment, Elder Ballard, I can see those early mornings, Sister Smith, a single mother, getting the children up, getting them ready, breakfast, chores. And then I think of what we see today everywhere in the world. Traditional families, as well as families that are led by single moms. Same thing, early rising, getting breakfast ready, getting them ready. Early morning seminary, 5:30 in the morning. And these devoted moms are doing the same thing, taking care of their family and their children in such a special way.
And the spirit's the same in this home as it is internationally.
And it's amazing because some of the homes aren't even as big as this one, and yet whenever we visit, we don't look at what the home looks like. It's more what it feels like.
It feels like.
You see, this little home is only about 14 feet by 26 feet, so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to realize what happened here and how much faith was demonstrated.
You mentioned the windows, and the light of the gospel just fills the home.
You know, we read in the Bible dictionary, only the home is as sacred as the temple. And so we have this sacred place, and it's sacred because of the Spirit that dwells here. And that comes through righteousness. Righteous mothers, righteous fathers holding the priesthood. It's universal around the world.
Let me read something to you that this is from Joseph F. Smith, who was the youngest son of Hiram and Mary Fielding. He said the following: I can remember all the trials incident to our endeavors to move out with the camp of Israel. The Lord will open the way, she said, but how he would open the way no one knew. I was a little boy then, and I drove the team and did my share of the work. I remember coming upon her in secret prayer to God to enable her to accomplish her mission. Do you not think that these things make an impression upon the mind? Do you think I can forget the example of my mother? No, her faith and example will be ever bright in my memory. Sister Dalton?
Amazing. I was just thinking, she had that faith because she had been through the temple. She'd made covenants, and that's only possible through the power of the priesthood. She knew that her family would be protected.
And she didn't hesitate to reach out when she needed some help. And hopefully every woman in the church, and especially those wonderful mothers that are raising children without a companion because of one reason or another, know that they have got a bishop, know that they have got an elders quorum present, know that they've got a priesthood leader or a home teacher that they can rely on, that can come into the home and help them in those instances where they need some assistance with a child or even with fixing up the home.
Or to give a blessing.
Yes.
I think we've all had an opportunity to see this as we see congregations around the world with women who have that same kind of power and faith and devotion today.
You know, can you imagine what has come out of this little home from this humble beginning? Generations have been blessed because of the faith and the tenacity of this woman and her family.
I wonder if she ever considered what would have happened.
You'd like to see all the posterity that are a result
Sister
of
Dalton,
this.
I'm impressed specifically that with this righteous woman, in her posterity were two presidents of the church, Joseph F. Smith and Joseph Fielding Smith, the 6th and 10th presidents of the church, other apostles and prophets, including Elder Ballard, you being a great-great-grandson of this dear, faithful woman. What a posterity.
What a posterity.
Well, and just recently, I was able to attend a family reunion of the Joseph F. Smith family. And if we could just look forward 150 years and then look back, we'll see that we have generated a posterity as large as Mary Fielding's posterity, which numbers into the thousands now. And what holds them together and binds them together is the priesthood, ordinances, and the blessings of the church. And the church opens up the opportunity for families to be together forever, because the priesthood authority can bind families together through the sealing ordinances in the house of the Lord. That's what we need to realize and need to be so grateful to our Heavenly Father, is that He has restored the fullness of the everlasting gospel to the earth again through the prophet Joseph Smith. And that because we have the priesthood that's been restored through John the Baptist and Peter, James, and John, we have the authority and power to bless the human family all over the world. And that's what we're doing.
Well, this church is huge. Think of the numbers of the members of this Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But the priesthood blesses individual families in little homes like we're sitting in today, because the Lord cares about each individual, and it's through the blessings of the priesthood that those families are blessed.
One by one.
Let me just read to you one more little statement from the prophet Joseph S. Smith. He said this: "There can be no genuine happiness separate and apart from the home, and every effort made to sanctify and preserve its influence is uplifting to those who toil and sacrifice for its establishment. Men and women often seek to substitute some other life for that of the home. They would make themselves believe that the home means restraint, that the highest liberty is the fullness opportunity to move about at will. There is no happiness without service, and there is no service greater than that which converts the home into a divine institution and which promotes and preserves family life." And so we can kind of feel that, can't we?
We can.
Sitting in this little home built by a pioneer mother, single mom, with a 15-year-old boy and a 9-year-old boy, I guess, carrying the timbers and doing whatever had to be done. so they could be sheltered through the winter of 1848.
It's a holy place.
It is a holy place.
It's still a holy place. You can still feel.
For sure, for sure.
Yep.
If I was a young boy like those boys you've described, I'd follow my mom.
Elder Rasband, this has been a wonderful experience together. Now what will happen?
Well, we're excited to be able to go now with these sisters who are going to lead a discussion with other sisters of the church and talk about the important role of the priesthood in bringing up families in light and truth.